Oh, all right. We are live now. How is everyone doing? Welcome to another edition of the Tuddle Daily Podcast live stream, 11 a.m. edition. Joining me once again, man. We're like the perfect three-way here. Like, who would be the
I
one?
think two girls would probably be the perfect three-way, actually.
Yeah. No. But like, if we, without getting too graphic, guys, okay.
Okay.
If this was a three-way between the three of us, like who would be the meat in the sandwich per se? if you're saying what I'm saying.
You would probably be knocked out like in Leaving Las Vegas when the frat boys end up taking Elizabeth's shoe. Do you remember
Okay,
that?
so like I would be in the middle. Now, which one of you two would have the front and which one would have the back?
We would probably have rock,
flip a
paper,
coin.
scissors or flip a coin, even better. I was going to say rock, paper, scissors contest until someone
But
is determined the winner.
Is it gonna
Or
be
loser.
best of three?
It'll
Like
end up being that, yeah.
Yeah. I don't
What
think there's
if-
any
what-
winners in this, by the way.
No.
we both
Puddle,
I'm-
Puddle's the
I'm-
only winner.
I'm the biggest loser.
yeah.
No. You know you wanted to be in the middle. That's why you posed the question as such.
If it was my preference, I would say Serak in the front because I don't want. I could only imagine. Yeah, if you get what I'm talking about.
Yeah, you don't want to look up and see me. I get that.
No,
I
I'm
wouldn't
just
either.
saying. I'm just saying that he might be a little bit more gifted,
You
but
might
I
have to
don't
shave
know.
your butt, though. Because if you got a hairy butt, then it's just like...
No, it's smooth. It is smooth
Oh, man.
as hell.
God,
You
I got my mind in the wrong place.
All right, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to start off
Way to
the
get
show
into
that way.
Yeah, you got in the weeds already.
Yeah. I wanted to talk to you guys briefly about this because I talked about it last night on my live stream. I ended up getting a listener making a comment on YouTube saying that I lost a listener because of too many commercials being played on my YouTube videos. And I wanted to get your take on it because like I'm providing content, entertainment, and stuff. And now that I'm monetized, people want to bitch just because there is a commercial at the beginning of my videos now.
Well, I stand by my comment.
What was your comment?
That
You don't
wasn't
want to know.
me. It wasn't me. I didn't have
No.
time to do that, but I wish it would have. It would have made me pop.
But no, I mean, seriously though, Serak, I mean, it's just if you hate commercials so badly, sign up for the YouTube
Yeah.
like Pro or something so you don't have to watch any commercials.
I mean, everybody hates commercials, but I mean, come on now. It's
gotta
2020.
get paid.
There's literally an ad every 2 minutes on every YouTube video. I mean, ads are commercials for the internet, pretty much. I mean, they're unavoidable.
Well, that's why I stopped doing commercial breaks in my podcast because I knew people were just, skipping or fast forwarding through them. So I just I do my sponsorships and content. Do it briefly. I don't overdo commercials. Do you guys? I don't think I do.
No, I don't
Do
think
you-
so either.
Do you choose when they come on?
Well, I had them set up where they would run in a commercial spot break, but now organically I'll just pop in and be like, oh yeah, check out ianhannahomes.com. If you're trying to sell a house in the Brevard, Volusia, Flagler area, check out my boy Ian Hanna. Go to ianhannahomes.com. See, just like that, organically, it just went right in.
Yeah, I love it. That's easier too, and it sounds a lot more fluid than when you got to go into a weird stop break, as it were.
You need like a
Yeah.
Viagra commercial. That'll get them back, as you're talking. By the way, you ever have trouble getting it up? You ever been in the middle of a three-way and then you're in the back and it just doesn't work out the way you want to? Check out these little pills. It might help you out. And then cut back to the show. And next thing you know, you're like, Tuddle, you gained a listener. That's how
Trust
it
me,
works.
with my donk, you're not going to need any pills, Serak. That's what I'm saying. Okay, I'm just saying.
Oh no! Plus he's sober now, so he knows what he's doing.
Yeah. I'm just being honest, Charlie. I forgot the order of the audio. So, what is the first story
You wanted to
that
talk
we have?
about some pot candy, some Halloween pot candy.
No,
that's,
wait a minute. Vulture just commented today is demonetized video. Have we gotten too descriptive or anything? We have not cursed. I don't know. Would this be radio? You've worked in radio, Charlie. Would this have been okay to talk about on the radio?
Not where I worked, but yes, in other places.
I'm just saying.
No, you didn't say anything wrong. I mean, we didn't even use any bad words yet.
I didn't titillate, that
Yet.
word that they like the PDs like to use. Don't titillate or stay on something too long or get too descriptive.
If a PD told me titillate, I would just laugh in their face.
So what is the first story? Can I guess? I think it is the Halloween pot candy.
There you go. Yes,
Okay.
it is.
This is a story that they do every single year, Serak and Charlie,
Okay.
that they do it where be aware. Back in the day when I was growing up, it was like, check out the candy for razor blades and stuff. And Charlie, I talked to you about this before. Like, nobody's fitting razor blades. I mean, I don't know. Have you guys ever gotten bad candy during Halloween?
Not bad candy, but I remember one time when I was going into 8th grade, this lady that lived on our block gave out little shooters. She gave out little bottles of liquor. Finally,
no
a parent had to-
kidding.
yeah, somebody had to come and say so. I got a little bottle of whiskey that I had forever, and then I
Serak?
finally drank it one day.
Serak, were you a big trick-or-treater?
No, I mean, actually, yeah. I had fun trick or treat. I never really had to watch out for nobody's poisoning little black boys with razor blade. I mean, that would be honestly you'd have to be hella creative to put razor blades in a Starburst or something.
Yeah,
it takes so much time.
Yeah, but what there's the report now is that beware of edible candy like marijuana laced stuff, and I'm like, there's no potheads giving out their own candy and stash. Let's hear this news report, Charlie.
Halloween may be a month away, but police are warning parents, take a good hard look at your child's candy.
Unfortunately, there's a lot of sick and evil people out there, and this is the world we live in.
Ben Salem police
Okay,
confiscated
I gotta say something. What's the worst pot is gonna do if your kid does get it? Because I see videos of people their dogs get into their pot brownies or something, and the dog will be stoned as hell. Have you ever seen those videos, Charlie?
Yeah, they're pretty great. And honestly, if I'm speaking personally, edibles don't do anything for me. I mean, I got to take a lot of them, and even then, it doesn't. Yeah, no, I need to inhale the vapors, if anything, than eat them. But yes, I mean, if I eat enough of them, of course, you're gonna feel something. It happens. But
Serak, you a big edible guy?
Yes and no. I do enjoy them, but I tend to overindulge, and next thing you know, it's my eyes will get this, vision starts to get blurry, get stuck on the couch, the usual.
It will catch up to you, Charlie, right? You'll eat one and be like, oh, I ain't feeling anything, and then you'll eat 3 more. You'll be like, oh, it's good. It's kind of like that scene from Wolf of Wall Street, Charlie. Well, I can't talk movies because Serak is the least movie watching person.
No, I watch a lot of movies. Tuddle literally.
Have you seen Wolf of Wall Street?
Yes.
Do you remember where they're taking the Quaaludes and they had been in storage for a while?
Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, damn, these are duds. So they took 3 more and then they finally kicked in.
Mm-hmm. That's literally everyone's first edible experience. Oh, these are duds. And then next thing you know, you can't see anything. It takes 30 minutes to kick in.
What did they call it, Charlie? Cerebral palsy phase?
I don't know, but it definitely does something. It gives you muscular dystrophy. It causes all kinds of stuff.
Can you find Quaaludes anymore, Charlie?
No, I don't think so. I think those have been long gone. I think that's why they talk about in the movie that those were some of the last ludes that they were doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's get back into this.
what looks like normal candy during a traffic stop earlier this month. But these sweet tarts, they're medicated. These Sour Patch candies have a twist, and these Cheetos are anything but. All of these items are
can we stop there?
Nobody's
Who's giving out bags. Yeah, who's giving out bags of chips for Halloween?
Somebody that wants their house egg. That's who. You know who didn't get their house egg? People that gave out full-size candy bars. You know who?
Yeah, the minis.
Yeah, you know who did get their house egg? People that gave out apples, fruit. You're gonna give out fruit on Halloween.
Yeah, just don't give out anything if that's the case. Just turn the porch light off, go to bed.
That's it. Hide the cars, hide everything. Eat your own candy at home. That's
I wouldn't
priceless.
mind getting edibles though. Honestly, like I might go trick or treat. If that's the case, I'll go trick or treating this year. Make it to like 3 houses. By the time I get to the 6th, I'm already asleep on the sidewalk.
Reverse
was
it,
your-
make it for adults.
What was your guys' best and worst costumes that you wore? Because like we would always go to like the Walmart and buy, or like with the Party World store, and they're
shop-
the
and buy
worst.
And by
Worst
buy, you
costumes.
mean shoplift? You would borrow
Yeah.
outfits for that Halloween and wear them out.
And you know what's funny is that they'll look like something from a movie that's copywritten, but they'll just say like Spaceman, or it's so generic.
They look nothing like what the picture on the outside looks nothing like what's inside the package. It's always off. There's buttons missing. There's stitching's off. Like I thought this was
Homemade.
Yeah, this is supposed to be Harley Quinn. It looks like Haley Quinn. You're like, who the hell is that?
And if it
Borderline
starts
copyright
raining,
Dan
infringement.
Quinn.
they're so poorly made. If it rains at all, they just basically disintegrate into
Oh my
like
God.
they just melt on you.
They're made of fibers that aren't even human. Like they're not. I don't know what the polymers are in that, but like you said, any sort of rain or heat, they melt. It's not good fabric. I bet it's extremely flammable too. That's a good test. We need to do that on the Tuddle Daily show. We'll burn one of the things in your studio live.
Are you guys dressing up this year?
No, I haven't dressed up in a while.
I know. I'm the only kid. Like, oh, you're not. Oh, my bad.
No, I mean,
what-
if you have a chick or something to do it with, that's okay. But if you're just going stag dressing
No.
up, that's lame as hell.
No, I mean, everyone goes to like a Halloween
Jazz
party
kid.
or something.
What did you dress up as last year? And let me. All right, you
I had to work.
you-
I didn't
well,
dress
you-
up.
Yeah, me too.
Why do all the women have to go slutty versions of
man.
like characters, like slutty devil or slutty angel, or just whatever? They always got to go slutty version.
It's hot. You have to. I mean, you don't see anyone dressing up as like Judge Judy or something. That'd be terrible. Like, can you imagine? Like the hottest chick
great.
walks in and
I would love a Judge Judy cosplay.
Yeah.
Judge
You'd
Judy cosplay would be so goddamn hot, man.
You'd love it if she dressed up like Ruth Bader Ginsburg. That
Oh,
old,
dude.
old droopy face with that perm and the glasses.
get-
you know you like that.
You're getting me going, man. Like
Uh-oh.
seriously, because she wore that little lacy collar,
yeah.
that everybody was known for.
I think that's called a
Oh.
doily.
I
what
bet.
is it? A doily?
That's something you put stuff on.
Oh.
I thought, you know what? I wonder what Ruth Bader Ginsburg looked like when she was younger. Like, I wonder if she was hot. Like,
Probably
Let me
like she
check.
looked when she was older, just younger.
well, but
Probably
like,
looked old. She was probably one of those people that looked old when she was young. I'm guessing. She just had that.
oh,
look.
okay. So she was like the female, like Supreme Court Benjamin Button. But
Yeah.
she-
I'm
she-
looking for a
she-
picture.
Wouldn't
She
that be
came
the-
out old, but just got older.
Okay. Yes, that makes sense. Okay. I'm following now. I was like, what? Benjamin Button? He got younger and then he turned into Brad Pitt.
Yeah. Oh, Seven was on last night, by the way. I know we're getting off track from the story.
Yes. That's
I
okay.
forgot how. Did you know, like, every scene
That's her,
outside
by the
chart?
way.
Ooh.
A younger version of her.
See, she does. She looks. You know what? She doesn't look bad
I
there.
mean, yeah.
Women complain about like the prices on getting their hair done. Like, look at how much work that's probably like 3 hours at the salon. You sitting under one of those
Oh, yeah.
stereotypical dryers or whatever.
She's definitely responsible for part of the hole in the ozone.
dryer.
With all this, yeah, with all that spray that you got to keep that dew up with.
I gotta tell you, my mom had hair just like that too when she was younger.
Really? Well, I guess it was this.
You got any old pictures of her?
Yeah, I do. Actually, I'm going through a bunch of old pictures. She did lose her hair. This is how like the stuff my dad would make inappropriate jokes. My mom had chemotherapy and he was like, yeah, it sucks that, she's going through chemo and everything. But the best thing is her private parts are smoother than they've ever been in her life. So
See,
from the chemo. Oh,
You-
don't yuck my mom's
No,
vagina.
I'm just.
like, that's basically what
I'm
you
not,
did.
no. I'm
did.
not her specifically. I'm just.
Yeah.
She's an older lady. I assume.
Charlie,
oh,
dude,
that's a
like,
shame. I mean, I love your dad's joke. The fact that he could find something positive in that is great.
and chemo. Yeah, but while
I
she thought,
appreciate
yeah,
that.
yeah.
At least,
I mean,
at least they're still like I don't want you to
See,
be mine.
you're
I'm not gonna
digging
use
a
the
hole.
word I was
Still not
thinking,
in it.
but at least
There-
there's still.
there's still not anything, Serak, because my dad's dead. Thanks.
Well, at
Serak.
least they used to be.
See what he pulled?
You got like 6 more months to use that line, by the way.
He'll spring it on you. He sprung it on me about something, and I was like, I'm doing it for you. You don't got to use that. He's like, I'm sorry.
All right, people have probably already forgotten about the story that we were doing.
Yeah.
Let's
With the drugs.
let's get into the Halloween pot candy.
With THC.
It does look real. It does look like the actual candy or chips or anything.
Sweet tarts. Wow, that's scary. My grandson eats these. That's really scary. All of it looks so real.
Ben Salem police say the suspect bought the snacks in California and was planning to sell them here in Pennsylvania.
But who knows where these things could have wound up? You know, people think they're funny and you're going to put them in Halloween bags and not realize.
Is that guy
No.
real? People think he's funny.
You think it's a game? You think it's a game? We're still solving murders out here. You think it's a game?
I've never heard of pot chips. Of course, they come from California, but that's
Yeah.
not. I'm interested in that. I've had the drinks.
But that was a dealer that was picking that stuff up to bring it somewhere else. He's not
Yeah.
giving it out to kids.
That wasn't the plan.
So do you? Oh, so basically they pick this dude up and then they're like, "Watch out, because this could be happening to your kid."
Yeah.
Is that what they're saying? Is this how
Exactly.
they're posing the story? That's
Well,
insanity.
A lot of edibles, though, in general, look like candy. You know what I mean?
but
but
a
they're
lot
not-
of them have weed leaves or something on that. You know what I mean? Every one that I've gotten, unless you get like the mints or something that's individual, that's not. Even those are individually.
Yeah, they
wrapped
don't.
and
Well,
stuff.
no, I don't think that they do individually wrap. Doesn't it just usually come in
No,
a bag?
Yeah.
No, they do. Well, the ones that I've gotten mints and like sweet tart stuff and before, and they're individually in the individual little baggies. They got little plastic bags that they're in too that you rip open.
Really? I haven't seen those. I have ones that look like Sour Patch Kids, but they come in like a bag that says that. Yeah.
A lot of the
Well-
gummies come in just one big thing because usually
Right.
when you buy them, they're already melted together, so it turns into one brick.
Right.
Yeah, they kept showing the nerd ropes. I didn't. I had seen the nerd ropes before.
Getting high
Like
off
the-
nerd rope.
Yeah. So I don't get it. And like I said, what's the worst that's going to happen if your kid does eat one of them? I don't. Has anybody
Yeah.
ever died from like a marijuana overdose?
I don't think so.
No,
I
no.
think someone that probably got high, super high, and did something stupid and died. Probably.
What about that one cop that ate those pot brownies and said that that called in and he was
Yeah.
freaking out? That was fantastic. Now, if somebody did that, I have no problem with. If you're dropping off pot candy, I'm not advocating it, but I think that's a lot better than dosing little children. Getting
Yeah.
cops high is funny. Getting kids
All right.
high. Who wants to waste edibles on children? Honestly, like that's again, all
Exactly.
this stuff costs money. Why mess? It's kids. They don't
You-
deserve anything. If
You
if
got to
you're
be the
gonna
worst
dose-
drug dealer. Pretty
yeah,
much.
if you're gonna dose your neighbors or something as a joke, that's funny. Not their children. That's insane.
What about-
They're kids?
What about pedophiles giving out weed candy to kind of throw them off a little bit and take advantage?
I
though?
told you not to give out weed
Okay,
candy to
Chris
children.
Hansen.
though.
No, I'm just saying. Have you ever noticed that where like they have those signs and they tell the pedophiles is like, all right, you have to have your lights off. You got to be in bed by a certain time because kids cannot be coming to your house.
I never seen that.
Isn't that the rule at the hobo fish camp?
Yeah, it
Oh
might be.
no, I've seen the signs. I've known of other radio hosts that have gone
Going
out and
with
put
signs in people's yards. And may have,
Pedophile row.
may have done a little confrontation, Jones.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
like a pedophile like lights off, but you just see him like the window crack, like, Psst, come, hey kid, psst, come over here. You want some candy?
Two eyes in the window, looking like a jack-o'-lantern.
Would you like some candy?
some candy?
Eyes,
Like
glowing,
Michael Jackson?
eyes glowing like in Sin City.
All right, we're only going to get to one story at this point. The way that we're, let's get through this.
All right.
Realize that you could have a child now that could have a reaction to it. You could have a child that's taking too much of it.
Parent Tony Harper says she has a hard time differentiating the fake ones from the real things.
That's horrifying to think that you have all these little children running around. A lot of them don't even check their candy before they get home. So, God, that's awful.
Well, that's where
So
you need to
Wait.
be a parent.
Yeah, none
That's
of them
where
check
you
their
need-
candy.
That's where you need to be a parent. Like I never ever, and my dad would always like take his like his cut of
Yep.
the candy because he would go through it, and I would only get like he was like, son, this is how taxes work, and this is how he would explain how the government's going to F you in the future. So you only get 25% of your candy, and the other 75 is going to the people that take care of you.
I didn't even get that. It was more like, hey, I'm taking this, and then you can have what's left.
Yeah, and can you imagine like walking into, like he was saying, like the kids don't check. Of course they don't check. Can you imagine walking to like your kid's room and like, hey son, what are you doing? Oh no, I'm just sorting this candy, checking for fentanyl or make sure these candy is not laced with anything or weed. Like, come on, man, my bag is gone by the time I get home anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Your kid's eating the Halloween candy. He's got his blacklight posters all over the place.
Wall.
Yeah, getting high as hell and like, Dad, I love you. I love you so much. Thank you.
I'm hungry all suddenly. I don't know why.
Can you get that bitch of a mom to make some spaghetti?
Of course.
Son, you graduated to a man now, right?
Yeah, you're just eating what? Your Halloween weed candy, talking to.
Yeah, and what a terrible drug dealer, right? Like, imagine if like you're, the group you sell to, you go to your dealer, hey, how's it going with selling all that weed? Oh yeah, I'm really killing the kid game right now. That 8 to 16-year-old age frame, I'm just killing it. Like, oh man, they're eating these edibles up.
I'm getting those allowance monies, yo.
Hell yeah, hustling out here.
That's like dimes and nicks. You're not getting good money out of that.
No.
You guys ever got into a fight in a Halloween costume?
No, but I've seen a couple.
I have. I never will again. Just real quick, this was like 6 years ago. I was a stormtrooper, me and some buddies, and we went out to a bar.
So wait a minute. Was this after the latest Star Wars movies? Because everybody made a big deal about John Boyega playing the first like black stormtrooper.
No, this is before that. Before that.
All right. Well, you were ahead of your time.
I know, right? Shit. But it was like a last minute costume.
There you go. First curse word of the day.
Oh my god, mother! I'm just kidding. But anyway, we went to a bar. We went out to this little club, I guess. And I got into with some guy at the bathroom, and then they called the bouncers, and I knew all of them at the time. And the manager was there, and he kind of like walked me out, and I was already like super drunk by then. And we just got into a tussle, and turns out he's like a mixed martial artist. Like he does jujitsu too, and he knows me. So we were like wrestling on the ground, and he put me in a
rear naked chokehold.
Yeah, like he had me like pinned like to his chest, and guess what I did?
What?
Just take a guess how I got out of it.
I don't know. You took your helmet off
No,
because you were a stormtrooper.
I bit him right on the chest.
Oh, I've bitten people before too.
He started screaming, and I got up and ran.
Oh no!
Well,
So,
what they say about
Yeah.
Was he one of the Rebel Alliance? Was he like one?
That night he was. That night he was a big dude too, though. But he would have whooped me if I didn't bite him.
What was he dressed as?
Nothing. A security guard.
Oh. You're like,
but he was actually a security. He was
dressed
security
as
guard
Devo from Friday.
Yeah, I know. Right?
Say, look for these signs.
Now, they don't look like the regular type of candies you would buy in grocery stores or a candy store, but it's enough that if a parent isn't checking properly or a child decides that he or she is hungry on the Halloween trail, they might just reach in and open a bag of what appears to be Cheetos, but they're not.
And police say you really want to inspect every single wrapper closely. And if something just seems a little bit off, you want to get rid of it. We're live in Ben Salem, Jacqueline Lake, Channel.
Oh, I cut that off a little early, but yeah.
Oh, don't worry about it.
What the hell's a Halloween trail? When these kids are on the Halloween trail.
Like a parade route, I guess, for Halloween? I don't know.
Yeah, disturbing.
All right, I want to skip over the $1 trillion coin. Maybe we'll get to that another day, but I want to talk about the guy with the alligator in the trash can. This was one of those stories. Like, Charlie, you've lived in Florida. You're going to come across alligators. For the most part, they're going to leave you alone if you just leave them be, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I played at a golf course in Pompano that had 2 alligators living on it. They were giant. And yeah, as long as you didn't mess with them, they were fine. They didn't do anything. They just wanted to lounge around, really.
But this guy went out, and we'll get into the story, but this guy, those big ass bear-proof garbage cans or whatever that they have now. Well, he thought it would be a good idea to put this alligator in the trash can.
It's the showdown between a gator, a guy, and a garbage can.
Baby, watch out, watch out.
Eugene Bozzi's kids playing outside of his Florida home on Tuesday.
This reporter is so over the top. He's so puking. He's just like, this is a story about a man, an alligator, and a trash can.
Well, whoever edited did a horrible job having the open with the laughing over the narration there. It was just terrible. You could have picked a better clip than them just busting out laughing. It sounds bad.
And you know what? Seriously, this guy probably could get in trouble because, you're not supposed to mess with the alligators. I think you're still muted, Serak.
No, because I got a little sniffle, so I just mute myself every time.
Cocaine.
No,
no. Charlie, have you ever heard?
Gravity's really strong in his room for some reason. Everything's coming down.
Have you ever heard the old allergy excuse?
Yeah, I know that.
My nose is bleeding. Oh, good.
It's usually about the flu, though, and it's brown bottle flu.
Yeah.
It's not about the sniffles.
Wait, you're supposed to leave an alligator alone if you see one out? If it's in your yard, you're supposed to just leave it alone?
Yeah, I mean, just let him go.
It's the 1906 act of Don't F with the Alligator. And
I didn't know that.
I think, it's been around forever, since 1906.
Okay.
I just made that up.
Oh, no. I was like, all right, well, I believe you. I trust you.
Hang on.
1906.
Oh, yeah. Hang on.
Computer froze.
The showdown between a gator, a guy, and a garbage can.
Baby, watch out, watch out.
Eugene Bozzi's kids playing outside of his Florida home on Tuesday.
Things on their bike, they on skates, they having a good time, they hear hissing.
Eugene's family knew the noise was coming from the bushes in a neighbor's yard.
Daughter came and got me, and she was like, man, I really didn't see it, so I got close up on it, and he backed up a little bit. And I'm like, yeah.
Dad, who's a U.S. Army veteran, jumping into action immediately.
I was going to put my shoes on. I have flip-flops on. Everybody makes fun.
That's right. Eugene going toe-to-toe with an angry alligator.
Oh, God damn. Did he just make that pun? Did he just make that pun because he wasn't wearing shoes?
It was
and he said toe-to-toe?
Yeah.
Toe-to-claw.
He softballed himself up.
Am I the only one that wishes, when people do dumb stuff like this, that the animal gets the best of the human? The gator just turns. Yeah, the gator. See, they're pretty. Think about this. Gators are all muscle. They're pretty jacked. And even though they got tiny dinosaur type feet and stuff, but those things can swing around and get you pretty quick. And that tail, people forget about the tail, man. That tail will definitely hurt you.
Well, if they're pissed, they're gonna get you.
He could find.
Look at the trash can. Look at the trash can. Run up over that junk.
Backing the gator up and flipping the lid.
This guy is so over the top.
Yeah, run up over that what?
Yeah, I like his sound effects too. He's doing his own sound effects as he's giving the interview, which is fantastic.
More people need to do that. Was this Michael Winslow that ended up catching this guy or alligator?
He did. He went straight from watching himself on the Police Academy movies to fighting a gator in his yard.
You know what was really, really sad? Michael Winslow tried out for America's Got Talent this year.
Is that sad or is that, hey, let's get the career going again?
It was really, really weird, man. And, he lives in Orlando and he would come into the studio all the time. But, man, he was one of those guys. Everybody knows a lingerer. We kept trying to all right, man, have a good day. And then somehow he just would stick around for another episode or segment. And it just would go on and on and on. And he was just such a nice guy. We didn't tell him, hey, man, you got to go.
You need an enforcer, man. Every studio needs an enforcer. Hey, buddy, we're closed. You got to go. They don't like you here. Trust me. They all told me. You got to go.
Get him on the show.
Yeah.
If he lives in Orlando.
Yeah, he does.
Got him. He out of there. I stuff him. Got him.
Eugene still in flip-flops, walking the gator across the street and down the hill. Finally, making it to the edge of the water.
Were you ever nervous at all? Were you ever scared?
When I got down to the hill. I was like, I'm dropping him off. There might be 3 more in the bushes.
His neighbors and many of the millions. who
Hey,
have seen the now
guess what?
viral-
Gator, he's acting like gators. You know, this guy is from up north. He acts like gators run in a herd or a pack. Like,
Could have
like
been 8 of
there's
them.
like,
I don't know.
yeah, there could have been 8 of them in the bushes.
They tried to jump me.
Yeah, gangs of gators are not going to attack you.
Oh,
Maybe in the
terrifying,
swamp,
though.
but
video calling Eugene a hero, but he's just happy no one.
He's not a hero. Everybody would have been just fine if you just left the alligator alone.
yeah, absolutely. I
You
don't
think
know.
he has that on his Tinder profile? Gator killer or
You know he's gonna milk this.
Oh yeah.
For like, internet fame, his 15 minutes.
Yep.
Everybody wants that now.
It's the show.
Absolutely. Hang on, let me go back to where we were.
Yeah, I used to love Gator.
Gene's still in flip-flops, walking the gator across the street and down the hill. Finally, making it to the edge of the water.
Were you ever nervous at all? Were you ever scared?
When I got down to the hill, I was like, I'm dropping him off. There might be 3 more in the bushes.
His neighbors and many of the millions who have seen the now viral video calling Eugene a hero, but he's just happy no one was hurt, Gator included.
I love all animals. I don't care how vicious they are, how petty they are, how small. I love animals. We all connected somehow. We on this planet, but I think that was my duty to protect everybody and the animal came out right.
Before you make any Florida man jokes, get this. Eugene's actually a native of Philadelphia, and he's only lived in Florida for a year. He says next time, though, he'll probably call animal control to handle any grumpy gators in the neighborhood. Will Gann, ABC News, New York.
I like how that guy said he loves all animals, even if they're petty. He said he loves petty animals. Like, what does that mean? He loves animals that are conscious, that he's
Drug
got
dealing animals.
That he's got to give the old barroom belt loop and grab the shoulder out the door type thing to a gator.
Yeah, I don't know. It's really weird.
Yeah.
I mean, we're talking about the story, so we're just as guilty, but I like playing some of these stories that the local news does, because the local news, I appreciate the local news more than the national news, because it's so like Bush League and they're over the top.
And you can tell the people, especially around here, that you're like, they got talent. They're only going to be here for a couple of months before they're gone. And then it's another group of people that just stink. It's
it's like Anger Man.
Yes.
I know another radio show. Charlie told me that they played this on the Bubba the Love Sponge show this morning, but I still wanted to talk about it. And I wanted to ask Serak, did you see the story about Eminem opening up his restaurant?
Yeah. Well, I saw the title, but I didn't actually read the article. But it's in Detroit, right?
Yeah. And you're from Michigan, right?
Yeah, I'm from Grand Rapids, so that's like, somebody being from Jacksonville compared to like being from like Miami or something.
So Grand Rapids just as bad as Detroit, or did you guys move to the very wide area? You and your
kind of like a distant cousin.
Arturian family.
Arturian. Oh God, you kill me with that. No, I mean Detroit is terrible, but Grand Rapids is, it's not great, but it's not as bad as Detroit.
All right, but yeah, he is, I guess, cashing in on the lyrics "Vomit on my sweater, Mom's Spaghetti," because that's the name of the restaurant, called Mom's Spaghetti.
I like that, actually.
But they're serving the spaghetti in like Chinese food boxes, like when you get takeout. It's really, really weird.
This is a big, big, big day for everybody around Detroit. For everybody.
And it seems like everybody's come out. Take a look at this.
Okay, so they get a British announcer to cover it up in Detroit. Isn't that like oil and water? Like, I wonder if people in Detroit even know like United Kingdom even exists. Like, they're like, what's wrong with you? Why are you talking so fancy?
Was that the guy from Top Gear? That's what it sounded like.
Kinda.
Oh, Jeremy Clarkson?
Yeah, that's what I thought it was.
This is the best they could get for a Eminem opening.
It's big day.
Yeah. Oh man, they got what is that? It's some kind of brass band playing in the background too.
Yeah, having a parade for this
it's
restaurant.
Like Mardi Gras up in Detroit.
I know. What's that about? I didn't realize this was some kind of Fat Tuesday event.
The lines are around the block. I'd say, several hundred people waiting to get in line for a spaghetti dinner. And the first in line got here at 8:30.
Who is this guy?
Kind of from down the river.
Now,
This
Charlie,
can't be real.
This can't be real.
Charlie, now you listened to Bubba's show this morning. Did they play this same report? Because that's why I wanted to play this one, because
where did you find this British news? Did you find this
BBC?
from the Sun? Yeah, the Sun.
It was a local news story, but they had a British guy that was doing a story.
You got to get this guy on the show.
Yeah, I want to, because he's
you can.
Not only is he has the British accent, but he's over the top. Like he's overselling it, big time.
Like he's watching a soccer match or something.
Offer him some bangers and mash. Maybe you can get him on.
Mushy peas.
Oh man.
So we planned a whole trip to get here early in the morning, so we were first in line.
And you got some food already?
Yeah,
signed it.
He handed it to us out the window himself.
How did that make you feel?
This is the best day of my life. I bawled my eyes out. I cried.
Not a lot of stuff going on in Detroit. People must be doing really bad if the best day of her life, that Eminem hugged her.
Let's get some spaghetti.
Get some of mom's. And you got to hear how the way I just keep an ear open to hear how this British announcer pronounces spaghetti. How do you guys say spaghetti? Do you have the S in it?
Spaghetti. Yeah.
Spaghetti.
Yeah.
Spaghetti.
Keep your eyes or ears open.
Okay. And wouldn't you be kind of creeped out to have a hollow-faced Eminem handing you spaghetti in a to-go box? Literally, he looks goofy now with all the crap that's happened to him.
Yeah, he should have stayed on the drugs.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Maybe
he'll go trick-or-treating this year.
Maybe he can go as sunken-faced Eminem.
Sunken face.
I will never forget it.
Yes, there's a picture with his salute. We had to do a little masking of that, but he was very generous.
By the way, stop. The video, it was a picture of him flipping the bird in the news. Wanted to black that out. Now, when I was covering the Casey Anthony trial for Bubba, after she was found innocent or not guilty, that they were having a big party across the street at the law office and the restaurant downstairs. And I was banging on the door trying to interview some of the people. And Cheney Mason, the defense attorney, came up and flipped me the double bird finger. And it got caught on camera. And then there's Jane Velez Mitchell from CNN is right behind me. And she's comes up to me. She was like, sir, what did Cheney Mason do to you? And I gave the double bird finger into the camera, and she flipped out on me, and she was like, sir, you can't do that. And I was like, you're on cable news, so you're not going to get in trouble for me flipping the bird finger to you.
He flipped me the bird finger this.
I mean, Eli got away with it.
No wonder a lot of people don't like you, Tuddle. You're pissing them off, making them flip double tall mans to you.
But
was it thumbs out? Was it thumbs out or thumbs in?
Yeah, definitely. You got to go thumbs out. Yeah,
thumbs out. Yeah, you mean it when you do that.
And you got to give. Well, I'm not gonna do it in case, but you got to do the little two, you see what I'm saying, kind of like that, and then put the middle one up. You see what I'm saying?
You got a baby knuckle.
Yeah. You got to think about it. How do I do this?
But why is that?
Fingers want to extend, but they won't because that means something else.
Why would that be a bad thing? ASL, people that speak sign language.
Age, sex, location. Isn't that from the chat days?
No, but I'm just saying ASL though is what they call American Sign Language. I mean, how did they know? What if I would have been I can't what? Huh? If I would have been
God.
If I would have been acting like I was deaf and I was just I can't talk. Oh, no.
You're making fun of the deaf now.
Exactly.
I'm getting this to Lou Ferrigno, and he's going to say it's great.
It's not like they can hear me.
Well, they can. Yeah, they got teletype now, and they can see it.
Yeah, they can sense it.
They know that they're not blind, Tuddle. They know when they're being made fun of.
O'clock this afternoon and started dishing out his mum's spaghetti. Just a very, very small menu, 3 items on it. But upstairs is a retail space, a mock-up of a trailer he lived on up near 8 Mile in Navarro.
But
Detroit. So
mock-up.
They have a upstairs area where you can go sit in a double wide. Hell, if I knew that, I could be making money right here at the Hobo Fish Camp. Hey, come eat spaghetti. My mom makes great spaghetti. I could be, and if you want to sit in a trailer, I mean, I'll charge you because it's probably overpriced just because it's Eminem's mom's spaghetti, and it's probably just Chef Boyardee that they pour in Chinese takeout boxes.
Yeah, that sounds like the worst Planet Hollywood ever. So what? You just get to see Eminem memorabilia? That's it? Just one person?
The original trailer.
Pictures of Haley, who is hot now.
Man.
Oh yeah, is she working there? Is she dishing up any of that spaghetti? I might go for her, but not for him. Hollow-faced ghoul.
That's crazy. He must really need money. That's what I'm thinking.
It just doesn't. It's not a good idea. It doesn't seem like to me. I mean, there's a lot of celebrities that are doing that. The guys from Trey Parker and Matt Stone bought the Casa Bonita in Colorado, and they're going to redo that. Now that kind of seems like a good idea, but doing a Detroit themed.
Is there a lot of Italians in Detroit though? Like.
Not really, but I mean, spaghetti is kind of like nationally known. You know, it's every county, city has some type of Italian restaurant. You know, it's.
Well,
what is
Michigan? Italian, you're not going anywhere near goddamn Eminem's place to get spaghetti, dude. That's just insulting.
You know, what if they did serve it like you could get an Eminem sweater, you know, in the song, you know, vomit on my sweater, mom's spaghetti. Like if it was just they wrapped the spaghetti in like a Eminem, like a sweater or something that you get, and you'd be like, yeah, that's the spaghetti stains from Eminem's mom's spaghetti.
And he gives you a Percocet or something with every order.
There has to be more to it. Like you got to get something else with it. You know what I mean? It can't just be spaghetti. It has to be something else.
Does it say at all what the prices are? Is it like $30 for a little thing of spaghetti?
I don't know, but I mean, there's only 3 items. They'll tell you what the 3 items are.
What is it? Spaghetti, garlic bread, and get out?
And water.
Just listen.
Lean.
Listen to the story.
Get a cup of lean.
20 years ago, the song "Lose Yourself," the lyric in there, "Mum spaghetti on your sweater." It's now become a business venture down on Woodward Avenue. Who would have thought it? Let's head downstairs to the kitchen. There we go. Another order coming out.
There we go. On the menu. I don't. Why is he saying "there you go"? Like this is all an edited news story.
I think that guy works there.
And they didn't get. So there's no Eminem quotes in this at all. It's just
no. They didn't interview Eminem at all, but he was there signing.
Oh, that's got to be. I mean, that's. How good can you feel about yourself? You're doing a signing in a restaurant, even if you do own it. I mean, that's not cool.
You're not even a chef.
No, and it's not like it's a bar or anything. It's just to go spaghetti.
Do you think he gave us? You think he gave his ex-wife Kim a job there? Like you know, the one that he wanted to kill and put in the back of the trunk of his car.
Yeah, she's working.
Yo, I'll give you a job.
Yeah, get the headset on.
Welcome to Eminem's. Can I take your order?
Oh, no, that would be horrible. Yeah, you know what? I'm baked out of my mind. Let's make a late night Eminem run. You know what I got a hankering for? Spaghetti to go, because that's real fun to eat in a car.
Oh, man.
Spaghetti, mum spaghetti with meatballs, and a sketty sandwich. And there you see some of the sketty going into the
container. That's what I meant. A sketty sandwich.
I know a lady I used to know a lady that said that, and I made fun of her ruthlessly because of that. I was like, what the hell is sketty? She's like, sketty and meatballs. I was like, I don't want anything called sketty with your little balls of meat. Get the hell out of here with that. Ridiculous.
Yeah, and a sandwich is not something you could bring home, because by the time you get the sandwich, the bread's going to be all soggy from the sauce and everything.
Oh, how long until it comes out? Oh, F that Eminem's restaurant. The bread's hard. The spaghetti's not that good. The meatballs weren't even cooked. I don't know if they're cooking them up there.
In-room dining here. It's all takeout. I suspect this is going to be a go-to destination in downtown Detroit. That's the scene at Mum's Spaghetti. Tim Pamplin, Local 4.
Nobody is dodging bullets to go get late night Eminem. Let's get some M&Ms to go. You're like, what?
Yeah, you think he'd have like a candy store or something.
You would. Now, why didn't he do that?
Probably copyright issues.
Well, he doesn't. No, he doesn't have to sell that. He could sell his stuff. Do like a Wonka.
I know, but it's Eminem. Like, you would have to sell some form of Eminem. Like, it couldn't be anything else.
Well, Malto Meal gets away with it with the brands that are basically the same. Marshmallow Mateys are basically Lucky Charms. There's not a lot that are different.
Oh,
Just a
there's
few things.
living in Florida, we have all the when I knew a
Generic.
difference, generic, we shopped at Winn-Dixie, which I don't know how the hell, with the cancel culture thing going on, how Winn-Dixie, you know what, I kind of got to give them credit that because the Dixie Chicks are now known as the Chicks. Lady Antebellum isn't Lady Antebellum anymore.
No,
and then
they're known as
Winn-Dixie,
Luthers.
yeah, so Winn-Dixie was like, you know what, F you guys, we're sticking with the Winn-Dixie. And now they carried the Czech brand sodas. I don't know if you guys have ever.
Yes,
and
I
their
know
Mountain,
exactly what you're talking about.
Their Mountain Dew version was called Country Mist.
Yeah, Country Mist is not good. It tastes more like Sprite than Mountain Dew. Not that I'm
Sprite and water.
Yeah, yellow Sprite water.
It's like Mountain Dew runoff.
And what about Sam's Walmart? They had Sam's cola for a while too that you could get. And I remember,
they still have that, right? I feel like I've seen that recently.
I think it's just called cola. I don't think it's called Sam's anymore.
And what is the generic stuff that you guys did? Any of you guys get generic stuff like that growing up as a kid?
I still do for mixers. Generic ginger ale.
Yeah, I the same thing. I go to cheap route with those. All tastes
And
the
what
same.
and then I'd always look you would get the generic cereal and they didn't even bother to put it in a box. It just came in a bag. It was a bag of cereal.
It used to be huge too, and it'd be at the bottom of the shelf because remember the commercials, the guy was walking on his knees or whatever, getting the big bag of Malto Meal, throwing it in his thing. It was like a dog food bag size of cereal, basically.
Honestly, you'd think it was dog food if it wasn't clear, if it wasn't see-through.
Some of them weren't, and now they kind of are, but some of the bags you can't really see into them, and they're much smaller. They're only like this big now.
Okay.
They used to be huge. You could throw them over your shoulder. That was the best time to eat cereal. Of course, now they're
Speaking of cereal, before we go, I want to ask you. You know how they have the themed Halloween cereal Frankenberry and Boo Berry, and then is it Count Chocula or
Count Chocula? Yeah,
I think he's year round now. I think only Frankenberry. Frankenberry's the one of the Halloween ones for sure.
What did you guys prefer out of the three?
Count Chocula. It's chocolate.
I like Boo Berry.
Boo Berry's not bad either. You know what I got the other day because it was on sale? Speaking of Sam's Club, they had Space Jam cereal with LeBron on it. I was calling it LeBronos because it had blue pieces. At first I was like, what the hell is that supposed to be? So it was like the Captain Crunch blue pieces and little pieces of marshmallows that were supposed to be bunnies and basketballs, but
oh my goodness.
But the basketballs looked like little pieces of sweet potatoes and the bunnies didn't look anything like it. So it wasn't bad. I'm going to be honest with you.
When they make that, or somebody has to be there that really doesn't look like the animal it's supposed to look like.
No, not at all. And they just slap LeBron's face on there with that Tunes team jersey. And he's just going up for a layup or whatever the hell he's doing.
I wonder if LeBron cereal just jumped from box to box so he could win more rings.
Probably.
Like he does at teams and stuff.
I'm surprised they're not little mini contracts in the cereal as well.
The other version, he's wearing the Monstars jersey because he joined them.
And now LeBron's on another super team over there in LA. Don't they got Westbrook now?
Yeah.
They got Melo. Oh my God.
That's what it's come to.
I don't want Carmelo to get a ring now. He deserves nothing.
Yeah, he's chasing for real. He's bouncing. He's going wherever he has the best chance to win.
He's a troublemaker and an instigator, and I don't.
All
want
right, guys.
him to get a ring.
Something I wanted to do. So when I post this show and put the description in, I want to get a hashtag from you to best describe today's show. If you had to use a hashtag for today's show, when I'm hashtagging it on YouTube and I post it up on the audio podcast, what hashtags would you use?
Demonetized is great.
That's a good one.
I would say stay away. No, I don't know. I guess I would have thought of something if I would have known you were doing the hashtag game.
I'm gonna go with edibles.
Edibles isn't bad. That's a good one.
Edibles.
Because people are gonna go,
Hashtag-
what is that about?
Hashtag crooked teeth reporter from Britain. I know it's kind of long.
Hashtag sketty.
Sketty.
Ugh. I can't believe he just kept saying, and we walked downstairs. He had a Robin Leach type delivery to that guy. Let's walk down. Oh, there's Eminem in a corner. He's signing
Nothing but
autographs.
luxury.
We can't talk to him though. Don't talk to the star with a sunken face.
Excuse me, Mr. M. Mr. M. Do you have a moment?
Yeah. Could you sign my cup, please?
All right, guys. Well, thank you once again for joining me. Follow Charlie Alamo on Twitter at Real Lame Charlie. And Serak is the host of the weekly review. Tell people how they can find it, Serak.
Yes. You can check it out on Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, aka iTunes. Just search for the weekly review, or it'd be easy probably to type in my name, Serak, Serak. I know, unfortunately, it's not spelled like the liquor, but I promise you I taste way better.
What do you think of his tagline, Charlie?
That just came out of the blue, though.
Ooh,
No,
I think Diddy might try to get in on that somehow.
I know.
No, but I wanted to. Well, see, we're already going to get demonetized, so I might
You
as
already
well
did.
just
You
talk
were
about
talking
it.
about all
did,
kinds
yeah.
of-
Okay, so
Deaf
I
people.
told them, you know how they say your diet of what you eat, it makes a certain thing taste better to your other half. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Okay, he keeps saying that tastes better. I wanted to see if like 1 week he just eats nothing but asparagus, and then another week he eats nothing but like pineapple, and see if there really is a difference.
They're probably. I mean, asparagus is going to do something to you anyway. It's going to.
Yeah.
Something
I don't
else
know.
that passes through those holes too. That not pleasure.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
the alien blood that when you
It's like
cut
sweet
open the
sour
alien.
chicken, pretty much.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
like
you don't want
acid.
to. You don't want to taste that. Yeah, it's the bad one where it's almost like a cough syrup type.
Yeah. Ugh.
That's not.
All
good.
right, guys, let's